to fly high abroad. Thank you very much. Thank you. Abhishek, you've got the mic, so I'll go with you first of all. 2023, what are the most popular pathways when it comes down to skilled migration?
Thank you so much for the question. 2023, if I say after the post-COVID, a lot of options have came out now. If I say skilled migration is one of the most effective way to migrate these days. If I say Canada, Australia are the hot streams where people are moving, these are the countries which are providing skilled migration.
But it comes down to those countries. Are each country looking for specific skills? Are there more skills that are in demand compared to others?
See, Australia and Canada, if I say, they have a similar demand. Most of IT people, and if I say healthcare, because in the COVID, every country faced a lot of situation of less healthcare workers. So they need drastic people like it's a drastic increase in healthcare requirement in these countries, even UK, if I talk about. Yeah. So Australia, Canada, and UK, they need IT and then healthcare, hospitality, administration, all kind of occupations can migrate to these countries, and jobs are readily available in these countries.
When it comes down to Hardeep, your experience, for someone who's a skilled migrant and they're looking to go to Canada, is there a difference between the federal, the nationwide government policy, and certain provinces have different immigration as well as a subcategory above the national category for entry for Canada?
I would say there is we can say there is a subcategory related to the nationality especially, because they are open for each and every nationality, but they have a subcategory according to pointing criteria. That's why I'm, again with the same answer, they want a youngster. Youngster means they want to be less than 35 age. They can go anywhere, any province over there. They have more advantages as compared to who having above that age. Above that 35 or 40 age, there are certain programs, certain locations person can apply only there on.
Yeah, you want to add something as well, Abhishek? Yes.
So obviously there is some difference between BNPs and express entry, because every province also requires specific requirement, as you rightly said. Maybe IT people are more required in Ontario, and maybe mechanical engineers are more required in Alberta. So they have their province specific programs also, in which there is less English language requirement. Like with even 5 bands, people can apply in Saskatchewan if their occupation is in demand. So of course, PNPs plays these days a major role. From 2014 onwards, the PNP started, and after that it became a hit from last 3 years. A lot of people have going through PNPs. Earlier it was like people were going only to specific places in Canada, like Ontario, Alberta, or British Columbia. Now they are moving to the eastern part also, Prince Edward Island, and there is Nova Scotia, New Brunswick, because there is a program called Atlantic Integration Program, wherein employers are looking for individuals who want a job in those provinces also, and people are settling in other places.
Well, sitting on that topic of Canada, there's the Canada Express entry, which some people are focusing on. What is that process, and what's your advice for a skilled migrant that's wanting to use the Canada Express entry?
So Express Entry is related to 3 programs, which is Express Entry, like Federal Skilled Worker Program, Canadian Experience Class, and Federal Skilled Trade Program. So these 3 economic programs which participates with Express Entry. So it's a ranking-based system wherein you have the more rank, so you get selected first. So as I was talking about PNP, so PNP is one of the route through which you can boost up your score in the Express Entry tool. And this can make your PR process faster than the others who are in the pool with less score and without the PNPs. And second is there are job offer programs, like some of the employers are looking for employees from outside, from overseas, because they are not able to find people inside Canada. There are 140,000 plus vacancies in Canada which is listed on their job bank. So of course they need people from overseas, and if you have a job offer, that can add up to 50 points or 200 points in your profile, and you can get an invitation at a fast.
I can see Hardy, but you're wanting to add something to that point?
Yeah, let me explain about there is one more thing. If I talk about the current comprehensive ranking score of the Express Entry, first of all, who got the invitation, who directly meet those criteria of the highly qualified. Highly qualified means that person will get the invitation for to go anywhere in Canada. But it is not that much, easy to get that invitation, because current score is a 500. If I talk about the 500 CRS ranking, who can get that 500 CRS rank invitation? Who those are already inside a Canada. But what about who are outside the Canada? How we can help them to to go to that level of the 500? It is easy. It is not that much easy also. We will give them the opportunity because one of the province name is New Brunswick, which is comes under the Atlantic Immigrant Pilot Program. Earlier was the name is Atlantic Immigrant Pilot Project. What that means, the project is to be only for the limited period of time, but right now they open for whatever the person is ready to go there, they will get the invitation from there easily. Under New Brunswick, the CAC representative, they will visit to many different countries, and they want a skill from there to here in Canada. What they will do, they will organize that like event like us, and people go to on the website of the New Brunswick, they register their self with them, and they shortlisted, go to there and give them the interview related to what exactly you have your occupation. If they convince with your occupation, roles and responsibility, they give you right away invitation for your state nomination. It is very easy, and I would say you don't need any consultant to register yourself over there. It's online. But once you get the invitation, how you get the state nomination from that invitation, then you need any the experienced consultant who those having this knowledge about the EIP program especially. And about the PNP it's the total game of the not a score. It is also the proactive information to your consultant as well. When they open a window, when they will going to pick this NOC code from the particular ranking system. So we need to use that right NOC code for those person. Yes, this is the NOC code. NOC code means National Occupation Classification, which explain about your roles and responsibility, work experience in front of visa officer, because they don't have time to see your roles and responsibility. So that's why they make some changes in the occupation. They give you the assigned particular NOC code, and that NOC code will, whenever they announce, we will get the invitation on the basis of your roles and responsibility. Am I right?
Yes, absolutely.
If you do have any questions for our panellists, raise your hand because we're going to get time for some of those. We've heard panellists speak earlier on today about how the United Kingdom is stopping skilled migration and their programs being wound back. Has that meant that other countries, Australia, New Zealand and Canada, have tailored their programs or changed as a result of essentially one of their competitors being out of the game? Have you seen any changes in their programs?
Basically, there has not been much changes between Australia and Canada. They are still following the point-based system. The only change in Canada, major change in Canada, what happened is they are doing occupation-specific draws, which means if they need more of the transport people, they are doing specific draws for transport people. If they need more healthcare people, they are doing draws for them. And same in Australia.
And so on that, now how defined is that? I think you mentioned accountancy. It's not just accountants, it's maybe a certain form of tax accountant or forensic accountant. So is it the same with transport? They don't want engineers, they want train drivers. Is it really that specific?
It is that specific. See, in Australia, for example, if I'm an accountant, I'll need to get my skill assessment done from a different body.
Yeah.
If I'm an internal auditor, it is from a different body. And also, it is on a shortage occupation list or a long-term occupation list. So maybe internal auditors are in the long-term list, and in the short-term list there is accountant. So in the draw, maybe when they are picking the shortage occupation list first, then the long-term occupation list. So they get the priority.
And how often do those occupations change and get reviewed by certain countries?
Usually every 6 months, and after 1 year definitely. In July, usually Australia, they make changes, and in Canada, they are bringing, they don't stop anything, they bring what they are going to do next, like for example, especially healthcare or transport or these.
And are those requirements regional specific? Are you finding that certain parts of each country are needing certain jobs?
Yes, basically they are only focusing on ranks at the moment. They want high quality people with the highest scores. Same in Canada, same in Australia. So if they, for example, they need business analysts, they are doing the draw at about 80 scores. So any business analyst who's having more than 10 years experience, having a master's degree, and who's working in this field, will get an invite before a person who's new as a business analyst. So they need experienced people, maybe who are between 35 to 40.
Okay, so there's no age limit on this because it's not a case of they're only looking at people in their 20s or their 30s, sometimes age can help you in that
It
situation.
can help, definitely. Smaller the age, it is beneficial, but of course, experience gives you more points sometimes. If you have more than 6 years experience in Canada, you get more points. If you are just a fresher, you just have 1 year experience, you might not get an invite. You need to have at least 3 years experience in case you want an invite from Canada.
Well, I'm just curious about that. What is the average age of someone that you work with that's a skilled migrant?
See, he's very right somewhere. So I want to just add one more point regarding
Yeah, please.
especially the work experience. For example, who those are working under the industry or something. Let example of the truck driver. A person who is working as a truck driver, we cannot expect that much IELTS from them. So we need to give them the core program related to the profession as well. For the truck driver, there is the express entry. They still get, if person is eligible under the express entry as experienced truck driver with the 67 points and with the 60 IELTS score, we can also expect an invitation for them. But if person is the certain skill set, only the truck driver experience, because recently Canada announced that there is a trade program is also there, federal skilled trade worker. There is a CRS ranking score is less than 200, less than 300 also. So it is the based on your occupation, we can give you the exact idea how much IELTS you need, how much points you need to meet the criteria to get invitation also. And who those having above age, for example, above 35, 40, they also have more than 10 years of experience as well. That 10 years of experience is more in demand in Saskatchewan immigrant nominee program, because there is the out of 110 there is a 60 points is the eligibility criteria, and last August they announced a 60 points. Who can meet the 60 points? Who having a bachelor degree with the 10 year of experience.
So yes, Abhishek. Continue.
You're asking about the age, so this
Yes,
is a
I give
preferred
the
age.
example. What exactly the age criteria?
And does being married or having children play against you, or does that not come into the application?
No, it doesn't hamper your application. Of course, the more when you think about migrating further from UAE, when you are living in UAE, you're having good jobs and everything. When you think of migrating, the kids play the main role because you're going for their betterment, right? So I think the most inquiries which we get is the people who have just recently got given birth to a kid, or who have kids who are of elder age. They want to migrate, and they are the people who are going to go there and work for next 20 years and going to contribute in the economy, taxes and everything.
And does living in the UAE help with your application?
Yes, it is faster process than rest of the world, because number of applications, of course, UAE population is lesser than India, for example. So India, Delhi, New Delhi is the industry, so number of applications are more. So processing time can be different for that. In UAE, visit visa applications take more time, whereas in India or Pakistan, it takes less time. So it depends on if you are going as an immigrant, UAE is a faster process.
You may have answered your own question, but I wanted to know, if I'm looking to move, why should I hire an immigration consultant? What is it that an immigration consultant can provide that otherwise I wouldn't do?
That's a very good question. See, if we have a normal fever, we take medicine on our own. But if there is something specialized we need, some special treatment we need, and we don't want a single error.
I feel like you've used that line before.
So
Yeah.
immigration consultant is for that. And they are professional in that. They have required licenses. They have an experience of some case studies that what happened in what case, so they can present in a better way. So that's why an immigration consultant is required to represent your family.
Yeah. Any thoughts on exactly that, Andy?
I would say there is the one line, the answer of this question. They will do with the profile experiment. We will do, the total focus on with our experience to get the results. That's it.
And what about the other side of the fence? If I'm looking for an immigration consultant, and what questions should I be asking? What should I be doing to make sure that I'm going to get the best out of this consultant over another one?
Let me share my experience, because I met with one of the 2-3 clients, and the same question they also asked me. And what was my answer to them regarding why should why we are the best for them? Because if I talk about the immigration company, I cannot count the number of the immigration company on my fingers. There's so many companies, and everybody say yes, I'm the best. But we also say yes, I'm the best, and we are the best for this, especially for this experience and for any service related to your immigration. But we will be provide that full transparency related to the, especially for the application. From day one, they will get the username, credentials, and everything from his or her pocket, and we will log in application in front of them. See what exactly we people are doing with your application. For example, person will get the invitation, and when they will be ready with the documents, we will give them the links. They will just see what exactly we are uploading the documents of on the portal related to them. So we will also guide them what documents we need, what documents we need to provide, how you need to provide these documents, and what the documents you need to. Above then your experience will get your positive result for you.
And when you work with a client like any industry, how hard is it to manage the expectations? How hard is it when you get someone that you work with and they've got their money ready and they apply, and sometimes they just think, oh, I'm working with a consultant, I've put in my application, I've spent the money, it's going to come. How hard is it to manage that application, manage the client that not every application is going to be successful?
See, when we start with application, we do the proper assessment before taking any consultation further. It's like asking them the questions about their family, why they want to migrate to that particular country. So these kind of questions when we ask, so we know when we need to give them a solution, it should be a tailor-based and a need-based solution. So that they should definitely choose you or start with you, and even if they go to other consultants, they will still come back to you. And one thing I wanted to add, like maybe all the companies are registered who are all out here, they are already having licenses, they have everything. So how an immigration consultant becomes different than the other when you are following up with the client, and once the client has paid, he doesn't have to come to you. Like you are following up, you are pushing them, because people are so busy these days that you have to remind them that your process is going on, so you have to be on time so that you can get success.
Does anyone have any questions? Any questions for our panel at all? From anyone here? You can have a think, because we've got plenty of time for them. We've been mentioning Australia and Canada as well, but I want to know about some of the other destinations. Eastern Europe's coming up. We've had a lot of talk about Portugal. When clients come in, they're probably wanting Canada and Australia, legacy programs, they may know family, friends in those countries. But what are some of those other destinations that we don't think of that are providing really attractive options for skilled migrants?
Yes, you rightly said, because Europe is having a lot of options these days, like investment options to get a residency through investment, and there are options that people who are into business here, they want to expand their business in the Schengen zone or in the European market. So these programs are very successful because it doesn't require an English requirement. There is no English requirement.
So which countries are you essentially referring to?
Portugal, Slovakia is there, Estonia is doing startups, then there is, Lithuania is there, and then for the residency by investment, Greece is there, Malta is there, Portugal is having investment option, Cyprus is there.
So which has always been a legacy program as well.
Yes. So these programs are quite a hit in at least UAE market, because people invest in real estate here also. So maybe they invest in these countries and they can get some residency out of it, and no stay requirement kind of things, like they can work here but still they can keep their residency in Europe. So these are quite a hit. UK is one destination where people are opening their branches, who have offices here, and they are opening their business in UK also, like innovator category is there. Then there is a skilled migrant program for UK also, in which healthcare workers, administration, IT and hospitality is quite in demand. So people are migrating, and processes faster than Canada and Australia.
And they lost a lot of workers, particularly with Brexit, which we've heard a lot. Questions? Anyone got any questions they want to ask? I want to hear about your thoughts on perhaps from today, future trends. Where can you see the market going? Is it going to remain stable between Australia and Canada? Is there another country that's going to come up to the both of you? Where do you see the industry going in the next 3 to 5 years?
See, Canada and Australia will remain the leader in immigration industry, because obviously population is a constraint there, and they have a huge area, and they will keep calling people and more people there. But of course, as you rightly said, Brexit is there, so UK is also calling a lot of people on jobs, and they are giving them 3 years to 5 years visa to stay, and then later on passport. European market, because a lot of people, they don't want to stay there, they want just the residency, they don't want to do IELTS test or English language test, so it's easy for them to expand their business into a European market. So I think there will be a lot of more options coming, and this industry is going to grow in future. As I say, in UAE only two markets are, number one is real estate and number two is immigration, which will keep on going, I think.
Hardeep, any thoughts on where the industry is going to be going in the next 3 to 5 years, or anything you'd like to add to what Abhishek had to say?
Obviously, he's very right related to this industry, especially in the immigration industry. The Canada and Australia are always on top, and Australia is already working on some more programs. And apart from the Australia and Canada, New Zealand is also announced. Yes, we are coming very soon related with the skilled migration, few more programs. Who those are outside the New Zealand, they will be get the more advantages to file the application under the skilled migration. So that's it related to the program. So anyone have any question regarding this?
Anyone? It's your last chance, last day to speak. No one? Well, I think it's because you guys have answered everyone's questions with your knowledge and your skill. Can we give a round of applause for our panellists, Hardeep Singh from Visa Immigration Consultants and Abhishek Maharaj, the Direct Consultant for Fly High Abroad. Thank you. We'll get you to stay on stage because we'll get you to stay on stage. We'll get a photo with you just before we do. We do thank, on behalf of everyone, all of our panellists who have been amazing over the past couple of days, all of our sponsors that have helped make this possible. My name's Lachlan Kitchen, and thank you very much. It's been a great 2 days here at the Gulf News Immigration and Citizenship Exhibition. Thank you.
Thanks so much.